we're here, and this time we're reacting to a European band called Frontières. Now, these dudes,
Is that
we
how you
gave them.
pronounce it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just what we're going with, man. If it's wrong, feel free to correct us.
Yeah.
But this is what we're going with. We're going with Frontières, and we gave them one of the Song of the Weeks a good few months ago with their song Spiderwebs.
Yeah, I remember that. Tune,
And
banger.
that's a real dirty one. And then they got up to us and they were like, "Hey, look, we're going to be releasing this song with Lochie of Alpha Wolf, so we want you boys to have a listen." So here we are on the day of release, having a crank and seeing what we think.
Having a crank, are we?
Having a crank, having a spank. Would you rather spank or crank? What would you rather do?
I think I'd rather crank.
Yeah.
Crank really feels like, you know, when you're just really getting down and
You're
putting effort
getting
in.
in there.
Anyway, let's react to this fucking song, shall we?
Let's do it. Okay, let's go.
Here we go. What's gonna happen here? Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. What's your initial thoughts, my man?
Well, man, like the riffage is just tight and tidy, isn't it? And then
Yeah.
they've got good use of the synths and stuff like that. They never take like front stage. They're always just kind of like in the background, adding that
Yeah.
like
Adding an
sheeny layer.
ambience. Yep. Really liked the hybrid French and I'm assuming that was French. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure to be honest.
But the French and English hybrid, verses in French, choruses in English, and then kind of the outro breakdown in English as well, ending with a "I am the fucking god" or whatever it was, is pretty bloody cool.
Yeah.
I've always liked, stuff in other languages as well. So I really enjoyed, I think, that the combo between the two. Obviously, having Alpha Wolf as your feature as well, is pretty cool. But then deciding to still have the other language in there, I think, is a really cool. And I mean, when you're screaming, it all still sounds just as brutal, even in French. You know what I mean? So yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was cool like, at the end there, how the feature was the very last thing that you heard. Like it didn't loop back to a chorus. You don't hear that very often.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it normally goes like second chorus, like bridge, guesty, back into the chorus, but they just went, nah, let's just fucking finish with some brutality.
Yeah. They reminded me of Breakdown of Sanity on this song.
Yeah, that was a little bit like that. Yeah. The riffage was super groovy. Guitars were just, really solid throughout that whole track. I've already got that like but like stuck in my head from that.
The only criticism that I could draw, all right, on the guitars, but this could also be a stylistic thing that they've chosen to do, is it's so hyper edited, right, and perfect that it sounds almost like a synth in some ways.
Yeah.
Now they might have done that on purpose because that's what they were going for, but either way, I just noticed that.
Yeah. Chorus wasn't the most game-changing fucking chorus of all time. It's probably my only criticism. We're kind of hearing that chorus by the thousand at this point. I think the other parts of the song were better. I think the verses, and I really did enjoy the outro. I liked that the breakdown didn't come after the slow bit.
Yeah,
I liked that there was a build up to something, but then the build up was just into riffage, and then it fucking went into the empty breakdown. And I like that. I like being caught by surprise as much as you want the build up to end in that crescendo. The crescendo still came. But it was after the end of like a heavier sort of riffy bridge bit, and I did really enjoy that part of it. I think it ended on a high note for the song. But yeah, overall, man, pretty cool. They're cool, man. Pretty small band at the moment, but definitely some huge potential. And thanks to the guys for reaching out. Obviously, we're going to try and organise to do a podcast with them at some point.
That'd be
as
cool.
Well, and get our first. Well, other than. Shout out to Sugar Spine. He was semi-international from Australia, but he was dialing in from the Netherlands. So we'll call that our first
5 a.m. Yeah,
we'll call that our first international guest. But it would be good to get an actual band that's not originally from Australia, on the podcast. But it's time for the ratings, my man. What are you giving this one?
Well, look, the mix was dope. There's not really much you can say bad about the mix. The feature was dope. Like we said, the songwriting was really good. It wasn't like too typical. Like you pointed out, the chorus wasn't anything different or too like inspirational, I guess, in terms of that. So that's what's taking some points away for me. But overall, man, these dudes are getting better and better every single time. So I think for this song, I'm going to give them a 13 out of 17.
Well, we're gonna not very often we go exactly the same, but that was what I was stuck on the whole time. 13 for me.
Yeah.
Good enough to be
good,
in that 13 range, but nothing absolutely mind-blowing. But hey, when you're already hitting 13s out the park pretty early and getting a lot of good compliments in terms of the songwriting, the production, the quality of your breakdown, they're still ticking enough of those boxes. I'd like to see what they could do to really take it to that next level.
Yeah.
But on the right track for me, man.
Definitely, bro.
Big 13, solid 13 out of
Solid
17.
13 aggregate. So I don't think we've given a 17, have we?
No, we haven't yet.
We haven't given a 17.
Not a documented 17.
I don't think we've even given a documented 16.
We've not given a 16 aggregate. I reckon we've both
No.
gone like a 15 and a 6. Maybe we've given a 16, but I don't think I think like a 15.5 aggregate, I reckon, is the highest any song has gotten.
Yeah, I think Dreamwake got a 15.5 aggregate.
Yeah, I reckon that might have been the one. That was a fucking banger, that song.
Yeah. Well, we absolutely love it. We absolutely love it.
Yeah, thanks for reaching out, boys, and we'll see you next time at Rancho Reacto.